Hello, I'm Dr. Jackie Lohman. Most of my students call me Dr. J. I want to welcome you to PCJ 180 Online. I've got some notes here, things that I wanted to walk you through and tell you about this class. If you've taken an online class before, you'll notice that this class differs somewhat. The different folders that you can see, the links on the left-hand side of the page are not all the typical links that you have in the other classes that you've had probably. We've made some adjustments to make this work really well for you, so please don't be concerned that it looks a little bit differently. Also, you'll notice in terms of posting things that my deadlines tend to be somewhat different from the deadlines that you might have for other online classes. There are methods to my madness, however, so please just keep an open mind. We have 2 books that are required for the class. I'm going to say what they are, and I'm also going to hold those up. And so, oh, and I'm sorry, I introduced myself, Dr. Jackie Lohman, Dr. J, and this lump on my lap is my service dog, Saint. She doesn't have on her gear right now, but she is kind of our mascot, and she's very calm, and she's wagging her tail very much right now as I'm introducing her. So sorry about that. Sorry, Saint. And so 2 books. So one of the books that we're going to use is called Telling the Story. It's the 5th edition. It's about the convergence of print, broadcast, and online media. I've been using it for editions of this for many, many years. It's a really good book. It really gives a good cross-section of all different kinds of things that have to do with not just journalism, but professional communication in general. It talks about advertising, marketing, public relations. It's a very good book, so you want to get that. The other book that you want and need to have is the Associated Press Style Book. The Associated Press, or we just call it AP, puts out a different version of this every year. They do change it every year. So you want to be sure to get the 2018 version. Don't get an earlier one. They have greatly discounted versions if you go back in time, but they won't be what you need, and so you want that 2018 version. I did put my book order in through the process here, so you should be able to find those books listed. So wanted to mention that. Every week we're going to have assignments, and so it's communication. We'll do lots of different types of things. So I wanted to mention the folders that we have and where you can find things. And so we have a folder called Syllabus, and of course that is where you will find the syllabus. And the syllabus will walk you through everything that you need to do week by week. It's got all kinds of information. It has information about how to get help and support, grading, basically everything to do with the class. There are announcements. I'll send you announcements, emails. And then we have a folder called Start Here, which you are in because you wouldn't be seeing this video if you hadn't clicked on that. And then in terms of our week-by-week course content, there will be discussions every week. And so if you click on the Discussions tab, it will give you guidelines on what you should do for your discussions. We have, for this class, we have blogs because it is an online class and we can take full advantage of doing blogs. And so you will have basically almost every week a blog. And then we have other assignments. Excuse me. We have a book, you'll do chapter write-ups on it, and you'll do some other things, including 5 stories that you'll do for our student newspaper, the University Times. And so the assignment folder will have week by week what you need to do for your assignments. But to make this easy, sometimes people like to look in the assignment folder, the blog folder, the discussion folder, but sometimes people like to have it all together week by week. So we also have a folder called a weekly content folder. And that week by week will have everything together that you need to do for the week. And so you can do it however you want. You can look in multiple places. We have planned redundancies, so whatever works for you. We also have something that you will notice. We have course films and documents. And so at certain points throughout the semester, we have a total of 3 films that you'll watch. I think you'll really enjoy them. You'll do something about them. You'll write something about them. Those will also appear. What you write will appear in the University Times. And we have a folder called Handouts. And the handouts give you lots of supplemental supportive material. So I urge you to mosey around and explore and see what's there. And I'm looking at my notes here to make sure that I am mentioning everything that I need. Let's see. A couple of other things that I wanted to mention. And so I am going to use your University of Maine system email, but I would really appreciate it if you would send me your preferred phone number. There are times that we might have something set up and something will happen and I need to get a hold of you. And so sometimes a phone call is more expeditious than an email. So if you would please send me your phone number at your earliest convenience, that would be great. That's one thing. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I would like to meet with you all individually. With all of my on-site classes, during the first week and a half of classes, I meet with each student individually for at least 15 minutes so that the students have an opportunity to ask me anything that they want to about the class, any concerns or issues, anything that they want at all. Some of you may be on-campus students who are just taking this online because it's convenient. If you're local or on campus and you want to come in and meet with me face-to-face in my office, which is Pullen 114, that would be fine. Many of you, that's not an option. That's also fine. So if we're not able to meet face-to-face physically, we'll meet face-to-face digitally. We can use, now we have a new application that's available to all students and faculty. It's not new, but it's new to us, called Zoom, which is awesome. It's very robust. It's very flexible in terms of bandwidth. And so we can use Zoom. We can use Google Hangout. That's something that you might have already used. It's something that's available to you because we use Google as our base for our email. And if worse comes to worse, we can always use plain old phone. But I do want to meet with each of you individually. Usually it goes longer than 15 minutes, but we'll find a time. If we need to do it early, if we need to do it late into the evening, I want to do what works for you. Most of my classes, in fact all of my classes, but this one, are Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Tuesdays and Thursdays can be difficult for me to find times unless it's before 8 or after 5. Monday, Wednesday, Friday work better for me. I'm also available if we need to do it on a weekend. So please check your schedules, and I'd like to know what your availability is, starting probably Wednesday, February 6th. So that's a couple things that I'd like to know. I'd like your phone number, I'd like an appointment time, or some options for appointment times. And I wanted to wrap up by just saying again, I'm delighted that you're in the class. Please don't be overwhelmed. Don't think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I never started a class that I didn't feel like that, but I always made it through. And so I got into teaching because I like to help people. I love people. And I want to help you tap your communication gifts. You have great gifts. You'll learn some tools in this class that will help you for life during UMPI and outside of UMPI and after UMPI. So whatever I can do to help you, as long as it's legal, I want to do. So again, welcome. I'm thrilled that you're in the class, and whatever I can do to make this a good experience, please don't be shy. Ask me questions and allow me the privilege of helping you. So take care. I look forward to talking with you face to face soon. Bye-bye.